Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing things a bit differently this week. I'm doing one reading for all earth signs, but there's going to be 3 readings within it. The intention of this is that you get to use your own intuition a little bit to find the reading that's right for you. So if you feel drawn to one deck more than the other, then that's your intuition talking. So if you are Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and hello to my Capricorns, I have got my coffee, then this might be the reading for you. If you've got strong earth placements as well, or you're dealing with an earth sign, then this might be the reading for you. So it's up to you to figure out which of the readings is right, what are you drawn to, and yeah, like use your own intuition there. So what I recommend you do is pause the video, take a few deep breaths, really kind of cleanse your mind, have a moment of meditation, can just be 5 seconds, right? And deep breath in, deep breath out, open your eyes and see which one of these you're drawn to. When you've figured out which one you want to take a look at, in the description box down below, you'll find some timestamps. You can just click right on those and it'll jump to that section of the video for whichever pile you want. So I've got pile 1, which is rose quartz, pile 2, which is amethyst, and pile 3, which is citrine. So you know which one's which. So yeah, without further ado, I don't think I've got anything else to say, do I? I have got your overview messages. So generally, I'm getting a lot of tower energy, especially for you Capricorns out there. Virgo's a little bit too. They were giving me Jenga. So it's like pulling, I feel like you're doing it, right? You're causing the tower moment. So it's like pulling out the bottom piece of a Jenga tower, and then it all crumbling down. So I don't know if some of you are doing something a bit differently that's causing a bit of a reaction with the people around you. Some of you may be experiencing a bit of a turbulent time. Not going to be for everybody. Again, 3 different readings here. They're going to go in different directions, but it's kind of like the overview of the energy that's coming through. I'm also getting this thing like Dark Paradise by Lana Del Rey, Beautiful Stranger by Madonna. What does it say? If I'm smart, then I'll run away. So I'm getting this stuff that's like, it's like almost like an intoxicating, dark, like positive thing. It's this weird light and dark energy that's coming through. So the other songs as well, I was getting things like, maybe you've been dreaming about somebody, maybe you feel like you've met somebody before in a dream, maybe you're dreaming about a specific person a lot, but I've been getting things like, again, Beautiful Stranger. So I think she says something in that, right? Haven't we met? Haven't we met? You're some kind of beautiful stranger. You could be good for me. I've had a taste of danger. Once Upon a Dream, the cover by Lana Del Rey. To Know You Still Love You by Amy Winehouse. And I Knew I Loved You Before I Met You by Savage Garden. Again, Savage Garden, right? A nice place, a nice garden, but it's savage. So you've got this weird like light and dark thing going on. I don't know what it's going to be. Dark Paradise, Savage Garden, Beautiful Stranger. It's like paradox, right? You've got this paradox energy. It's like sexy, it's sensual, but it's edgy. It's very intriguing energy, I want to say. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to get for you. I don't know. So that's what we're going into this with. So I'm going to let you pause. I'm going to let you pick your reading, and then we'll jump straight into it. Bye, guys. Hello to those of you who chose pile number 1 and the rose quartz. I've pulled you some letters off camera, and you've got appeal, memory, flame, and cuddle. Appeal is kind of giving, maybe some of you are doing something with like the court of appeal, right? You're appealing a decision. You're putting more evidence forward for a decision that's been made. It doesn't have to be legal. It could be something at work, right? Somebody's made a decision. You're kind of contesting that decision. But somebody could be very appealing. You could have an appealing memory of something, a memory of the past that's coming through with a lot of desire. Flame as well talks to me about feeling like very passionate, that kind of Knight of Wands energy. And cuddle, which is very warm. So you're getting this kind of warm nostalgia energy already with your reading. So we'll see where that goes. And let's get you a song for your reading. So I've got All Star by Smash Mouth, which was about to play. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't get an advert. If I do, I'm going to pause and come back when the advert's finished. But let's see what we get. So earth signs who choose pink quartz, please. What is the pink quartz reading? Residue by Taylor Parks. So let's pull up those lyrics. Poison ivy of the heart, I'm tangled up in you. If I could figure where you start, then I'd know what to do to finally get you out of my brain. But you won't go away. But I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying, baby. Every time I leave the house, you're on me like a stain. I tried so hard to get you out. It's not that you're to blame, but why do you love me so good? You're making me deranged. So again, with this paradox energy that I was picking up on, it's like you love me so good, but you're making me deranged. Like you're like poison ivy. So I don't know what that is. You're a knot I can't undo. You're a spill I can't remove. You're a thought that's stuck to me like glue. No matter what I do, you leave your residue. So go and check out that song, Taylor Park's Residue. All the songs that come through will be, hopefully, if I remember to make a note of them, will be in that description box down below. You can go and check those out, look up the lyrics, watch the videos, see what you get from it. So, this paradoxical love, this, I want to run away. I know I should run away, but I don't want to because this thing's really, it's like really good. It's like wrong but it's right energy coming through. So I don't know what that is for you. Let's bob your words up there so I can still kind of see them, and let's get into your cards. Now I've only seen one or two cards from as I was kind of shuffling. So what I did was I shuffled whatever cards came out, I kind of put them in a pile. I tried to keep them face down. Every now and again one of them flips. So the funny thing that I wanted to kind of mention is that I was getting a lot of this a very earthy animal actually, but this like stag energy, which some of you may know I associate particularly with like the Emperor or the King of Pentacles. So very much associated with you, but I was really seeing like antlers. And then I was really drawn to use specifically the this deck, and one of the cards that I spotted for one of the decks, and I won't tell you which one, was this King of Pentacles energy with this deer with the antlers. And then I know that you've got one in here too because I saw it. So this antler energy keeps coming through for all the signs. So just to kind of say that I did see that, but everything else I don't know what you're going to get. The womb. Okay, so there could be something about babies. Somebody could be pregnant. Somebody could be talking about somebody's mother. But the womb talks not necessarily even of a womb. Metaphorically, it speaks of a place that's where you feel comfortable, where you feel nurtured, where you feel warm. So it could be some of you are going to your mother's house, right? And your mum's like wrapping you up in a big blanket, a big duvet, you know, you feel really warm and safe there. You know, she's making you hot chocolate, she's making you soup. So it could be maybe something to do with Christmas as well coming up, I don't know, maybe spending time with family. It could be talking about like the womb of your house, you know, like feeling secure, feeling protected, feeling warm, feeling safe. Maybe having a need for that. This seed as well, though, inside the womb here can talk about something being birthed into the world. So some of you could be projecting. Why do I keep saying projecting? That could be something for somebody. Protecting some kind of an idea or an investment or a creative project or something. There's like the seed of something. It's kind of like a golden seed as well on this card. So it's this like precious thing that you're nurturing, that you're keeping safe, but it's going to be like birthed into the world. So do take it however it resonates for you. Again, your intuition is really important in this set of readings. Like I'm doing them this way to nurture your intuition, your own inner guidance system, right? There's the lovely king energy, king of fire and womb. This, I mean, you've got flame, right, and cuddle, which is exactly the kind of words to pick out these cards that you're getting. The king of fire and the womb, this is so warm. Like you see, like he's holding this heart in his hands, and it's like, here it is, like the warmth. So somebody, and it could be you, I do think that the earth signs can be so, I mean, you're typically earth energy, but you definitely have this heat to you, right? This kind of like, if you think about like spices like saffron and cinnamon and, you know, things like sandalwood as well, these kind of earthy, spicy scents or flavors, you're a little bit like, I want to say you're safe hands, you know, earth signs, you're always safe hands. So, but you're so warm and you're so nurturing, you're so tender and so I'm hearing gratitude, which wasn't what I was going to say, but it's what I'm hearing. So I do think you have a lot of love to share. I do think that you are a safe pair of hands. I do think that you are very good at protecting things that you're passionate about. The King of Fire is very, very passionate. They have that that warmth. I'm just getting like generosity and gratitude, generosity of spirit. They tend to be natural leaders as well. Hello, Virgos. I know you don't like to step up and lead, but you're very good at it. You're like natural, like magnetic, like passionate about what you do as well. Very like Capricorn as well, very passionate about what you do. I don't mean to leave you out, Tauruses. You know, you can be the life of the party as well. So this warmth that earth signs naturally have. For some of you as well, it could be that you're connecting with a fire sign. The King of Fire, you could feel very magnetically drawn to this person. They could be very hard to resist. They're giving me Simply Irresistible, which isn't a song I know very well, but that's what they were giving me. So yeah, really, really drawn to this person. It's like, I think there's a sense of danger with it though. It's like, is this person going to break my heart? I'm tempted to say at this point, no. They are coming across as a very nurturing King of Fire. The lovely thing about the King of Fire is that if you want to compare him to the Knight of Fire or the Knight of Wands, this is Wands energy in the tarot. The knights are the ones who are like going around, they're giving me achy breaky heart, going around breaking hearts, right, experimenting, having fun, seeing what's out there. But with that experimentation comes a sense of knowing what they want, right? So then they eventually move into Queen or King of Fire energy, which is a lot more reserved, a lot more discerning. You know, the kings and queens of fire, they know what they like, they know what they want, and they're not going to waste time on anything that isn't, you know, the thing that really speaks to their desires. So they tend to have a lot of self-control. They tend to be able to really harness their own passions and desires and channel it into something really productive. So again, this could be you, it could be somebody that you're dealing with. But the King of Fire is not necessarily a player, right? Sometimes they can get called out in the tarot, but I don't see them that way at all. I just see them as somebody who's very passionate about whatever they are focused on. So, and maybe they're focused on you, I don't know. You could be dealing with a Leo. King of Fire can be Leo energy. You could have Leo in your chart. I don't know. Going to play out differently for all of you. Again, use your own intuition. What else do we have? The Moon. Okay, yeah, you could have secret feelings for somebody. Some of you could be pregnant with a, King of Fire's baby, and you're keeping it hush hush for now. The Moon card. The Moon can come in with a little bit of fear, a little bit of uncertainty. The Moon is a card about illusion and fantasy and dreams and the unknown, right? The Moon comes along with secrets. So there is something that's not clear, it's not fully understood. So sometimes when we don't have all the evidence, we don't have all the answers, that can sometimes come in with this unnerved feeling of, I don't know if I can trust this. I'm just seeing the sun behind the King of Fire's head. The sun card is something that illuminates, right? It shines light on the shadows. So I think something could be made a lot clearer. The Kings of Fire, although they can pull back, they don't necessarily have to hide things, I want to say. Normally, I think you can ask a King of Fire a direct question and they're going to give you a very honest answer. One's energy tends to be honest because they're confident, right? They don't have any reason not to be honest because they're confident with, especially the King of Fire, he knows what he wants, right? He knows who he is as a person, so he doesn't have anything to hide. So I don't know, I think maybe some of you can speak to this person, or maybe some of you can shed light on a situation because yeah, the King of Fire is illuminating for me where the Moon is hidden. The Moon is also very emotional, very watery energy. So it's giving me Cancerian energy. I don't think it's normally a Cancerian card. I think it's normally Pisces. So again, could be those signs coming into play here. But there is this romantic nature with the Moon. It's kind of fantasy and illusion. So sometimes it can be rose tinted glasses, sometimes it can be self-delusion, sometimes it can just be keeping things secret. So again, not quite sure how that's playing out for you, but it's coming through as very warm and very romantic. I like the energy. Son of Cups, here we go. Yeah, I feel like somebody has very deep feelings for somebody. Somebody's very passionate about somebody or something as well. It doesn't have to be a person. The Son of Cups is a very romantic energy. Normally it's the Knight of Cups in the traditional tarot. So this is somebody who wants to express feelings, express love, tell someone, you know, it's like feelings, because the moon again is this watery energy, and cups is water, so cups always talks about emotions and feelings. So it's this feeling of like somebody having something that they want to express, wanting to express something perhaps that they've kept hidden. It's probably connected to something very, very passionate. It's just coming through very romantic, like love poetry, sonnet, singing an ode kind of energy. Yeah, quite nostalgic, I want to say as well, with that memory there. So this kind of memory is more of the realm of the water. This kind of flame and appeal is kind of more of the energy of the fire. So you've got a lot of fire and water in here. You're not really showing up clearly to me as who you are in this reading. So I don't know if this is different people that you're dealing with or one person. It could be different aspects of the self. Ace of Wands. Yeah, no, somebody's coming in with some sort of truth. Yeah, something's going to be revealed. Or somebody's having some sort of clarity about how they feel. The Ace of Swords, it's a moment of illumination. It can be a piece of information coming forward. Again, you've got the Son of Cups coming towards you. This is messenger energy, like a message coming in, somebody wanting to speak something, communicate something, express something. And then the Ace of Swords is like it's new. They're giving me, this is brand new information, which is Phoebe from Friends. It's a meme. This is brand new information. It's like, so I feel like with the Sun being here, the Son of Cups, it's somebody's telling you something, or you're telling someone something, but it's going to bring in this moment of clarity. So it's like this, oh, things are clearing out. There's this light bulb moment happening, right? Piece of information coming here, and it's an emotional communication. What else, please? The Deer. Yeah, very gentle. Very, very gentle. Again, this could definitely be your energy. This, I told you I was seeing like the deer and the antlers, right? I didn't know you had the deer. Just very, very nurturing, very gentle, very compassionate, very timid though. This deer is very timid. It always gives me a deer in the headlights. So it's coming in with this like nervousness, this flight or fight, flight or fight. I don't think anyone's fighting. That feels like the wrong word. Like, yeah, it's like, do I stay or do I go? Do I stay or do I flee? Like, do I express my feelings here? Because this water energy is very gentle. Somebody could have a child who is a water sign as well. Again, Pisces coming through here. So it's like this person has something to say, but they're quite nervous about it. Yeah, just a little bit timid, a little bit unsure. Kind of, I'm really drawn to the eyes, you know, like those big eyes. It's kind of this watching but not speaking energy. Like, is it safe to say what I want to say? Let me just have a sip of my coffee, sorry. Cat Spirit, claim your independence. So double Leo here. Claim your independence. So somebody could be expressing that they want to be more independent, that they want to... I'm just getting the line of that Taylor Parks song, like I'm drawn to this kind of knot. Like, tangled up in you, if I could figure where you start, then I'd know what to do. So it's almost like, I don't know if this is kind of like a protective energy around you, or you're protecting somebody else. Just this knot, right? So I do feel like your energy is tangled up with somebody else's energy here, and somebody could be wanting a bit more independence. Now, I don't know if that's you or this other person. So it's like, it's almost like not knowing, it feels like not knowing how to get the truth out, because this energy is kind of all wrapped around this truth that needs to be communicated. It is being communicated, I want to say, or there's an attempt to communicate, because the sword's upright. Upright swords is communication. If it's down, it's being held back, right? So you're stuck to me like glue. Yeah, it is coming through this feeling of like, I need more independence. Again, it could be like an overbearing mother or something. Like, let me have a bit more independence. But this is saying claim your independence. So if this is you, you're being encouraged to kind of be more in that King of Fire energy. The King of Fire is going to do what they want to do, right? They're very sure of themselves. They're very confident. They're very... there's kind of no holding back a King of Fire when they've made their mind up. You know, they can be quite stubborn in that way. Kind of again with that Leo energy of being a leader, of being the person who's everyone else follows, right? So, but it's almost like the other side of this is this timidness. So I don't know who you're kind of speaking to. I don't know who you're tangled up with. Or if somebody's tangled up with you, Virgo. Why did I say Virgo? Maybe some of you are Virgos. There's nothing here to indicate Virgo, so I don't know why Virgo just came out. If you're not Virgo, don't worry. It could just be, there could have been a specific message for a specific Virgo. I don't know. Maybe you're dealing with a Virgo too. Truth transcends illusion. That's really interesting. Look at that placement. I was talking about the moon being a card about illusion. And then this says truth transcends illusion. And I want to say the truth. Again, this is the Ace of Swords is a card of truth and honesty. I'm just noticing again this kind of like orange colour of this flower and the orange colour of the cat and the King of Wands. So I do think, again, it could just be, again, with like emotions, like needing emotional freedom, right? The truth is somebody needs emotional freedom, where I feel like the dragonfly is connected to this moon energy. You've got 4 and 4 as well. 1 and 3 makes 4, 2 and 2 makes 4. 4s are about your stability, your foundations. You know, it could be like your house and your home, your workplace. So what's the illusion? I'm curious to know what the illusion actually is, because I think the truth is that you need more freedom. Oh, I dropped all the cards. Take the lead. Yeah, somebody's definitely being asked to, this is your advice card, so I'm not going to look at that yet. Everything else I've dropped on the floor. There, yeah, I was talking about the stag, right? So it's almost like moving from this quite passive, kind of yin feminine energy, and growing some horns, right? Growing a bit of that kind of like almost like bull-like emperor energy. Again, now the Taurus energy is coming through, of stepping up. Instead of being passive, kind of becoming more of that emperor energy and saying, this is the way it's going to be now, this is what's happening. What does this break down to? Is this another 4? So 8 and 5, that's 13. 13 together, 1 and 3 is 4. Yeah, you've got 4, 4, 4. Watch out for repeating number patterns. If you've seen 4, 4, 4 a lot, that could be your messengers trying to give you a message, right? Like, pay attention to this. So yeah, definitely a question about your home life, your stability, your family, commitments. The 4s are about like tent pegs for me. So it's like, where have you laid your foundations? Where have you laid your hat? What is that to you? Is there anything that needs to change there? So yeah, becoming more of this Leo energy, you know, adopting more of that Leo energy, being less passive, being more authoritative in your own life, being more expressive about what you want and what you feel, and less pliable and bendable to others. I think especially Virgo and Capricorn, you do tend to be very Virgo tends to be very, very concerned with other people's needs, you know, always putting other people in front of their own needs and then feeling a little bit spiteful about it. Yeah, this is more like, you know, use your voice, use your you know, claim your independence. Yeah, step into that lion energy, that leader energy, that King of Wands energy, and be like, this is the way it's going to be now. This is what I want. This is how I feel. This is what I need. all right? And the people who love you and support you should respect that. And if they don't, then that's a little red flag for you that there's something not quite right in that situation that needs to be addressed. You know, your needs matter, your needs are important, I want to say. So what fell on the floor? What have we got down here? We have, where do I want to go in next? I guess distant horizons. So I think you are on the move in some sort of way, or you do have a plan. Again, I was saying that this this seed in the womb energy is kind of an idea that you're nurturing. Again, this really nurturing energy. There is travel, there is movement, there is it's a little bit pie in the sky. This is a flying ship, but I think you do have a destination in mind that you're wanting to move towards. Could be something to do with work. You've got toil and labour here. You could be a bit fed up with your work situation, or something that you've been putting a lot of effort into. You could feel like you're not getting enough of a return on the time investment that you're putting into something. You could just feel a sense of dissatisfaction with whatever work that you're doing at the moment. So I do think that you've got your sights set on a brighter future. I think you've got some kind of passion project or idea that you want to move towards. It could be hard work as well. It could be that you, especially if you're Taurus and Capricorn, I want to say, that you're quite prepared to put a lot of hard work into things if you know that it's going to be likely to succeed and likely to have a good payoff. So for example, an example that they're giving me is like, you would be prepared to go to university for 5 years to train to be a doctor, because you know that you're going to get a lot of money and have quite a good life as a doctor. So that time investment of the 5 years, like intense hard work over a short space of time or a long space of time, depending on your perspective, you know, it's going to have a big payoff. But you're prepared to do that because you're earth signs, right? That's what you do. So yeah, having a goal in mind, coming up with a plan, prepared to put in a lot of work, but not prepared to put in a lot of work into something that isn't going to pay back. So watch out, Virgos, because I think Virgos, you're a little bit more pliable in that way. You're a little bit more you tend to have that kind of martyr energy of doing things for other people and not for yourself. So that's the warning to my Virgos. Taurus and Capricorn, you're like eyes on the prize. We're working towards that. 22. You're getting a lot of twos as well. Where did I see another? You've got 22 here and 22 here. Again, it's fours, but twos are about partnerships as well. So you have this card here which is about having different pathways, having to make a choice. You've almost got like the kind of warm energy here with this king, and then the moon energy here with this I was going to say queen, but Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Pentacles. Right, I'm sorry, I'm just figuring it out in my own head. So some of you, there's two energies being brought together, right? Two people coming from different directions who are going to walk down the same path. Others of you, you have some sort of choice to make. Are you going to go left? Are you going to go right? I'm not seeing any other cards that are indicating that though. I think you have made a choice. I think you know where your passion lies. So it could be that you and somebody else are separating, that you're going on separate paths for a while. It doesn't mean that you're separating and getting divorced or anything like that. It just means that sometimes people are led in different directions, and it's like you can meet up later, right? There's a Queen of Pentacles energy here, so shout out Capricorns, but it doesn't have to be. Queen of Pentacles is again very, very nurturing, very stable. They like to maintain things. They like to they're kind of the nurturers of the tarot, so they like to like plant the seeds and watch them grow. Queen of Pentacles, again, for the others people coming in here who aren't Cappy, Queen of Pentacles could be a mother, a boss, or a wife. So that is showing up there. But I'm definitely seeing more than one person. There's another person involved in this. Again, of course there is. If you have something to say, if you want to speak a truth, or somebody speaking a truth to you, there are two energies involved in that conversation. So what else do we have? Oh, right, okay. This is a bit of a graphic card, so I'm actually just going to kind of cover it up. It's the Ace of Swords again, right? So a different depiction of the Ace of Swords. What this picture means to me is that sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes when you have something to say, it can kind of be a bit cruel to be kind, you know, a bit like ripping the plaster off quick. So I think that sometimes when we speak a truth, sometimes we can hurt ourselves a little bit with that truth. So I think there is this sense of it being a difficult truth to express to somebody. Again, if you want to be a little bit more independent from somebody, especially a wife, then that might be a difficult conversation. But what I want to say is that this conversation is coming from the heart with this Son of Cups energy. Again, there's a little bit of trepidation here. It's like, how is this person going to take this information? But I think that you do sometimes need to speak up when there's something that's important to you, or there's something that you're not happy with. You should express that. You know, if you keep it a secret, it's going to fester. So sometimes it is better to, even though maybe it's a painful truth, sometimes it's a truth that has to be spoken for the greater good. And it's like, you can patch up that wound afterwards. You know, you can put some ointment on it, you can tend to it, you can look after it. So again, it's just got this trepidation of, I don't know how this conversation is going to go. But I want to say, don't be passive, take the lead. Okay, be in that doctor energy that's like, right, we're just going to rip off the plaster because it's what's good for you, you know, something like that coming through there. And then we've got the Knight of Cups again. So look at that, you've got doubles of the cards. So really, really beautiful. It's one of my favourite images. This deck, the Haunted House Tarot, has beautiful cups characters. So he's again, somebody could definitely be some kind of doctor or healer, just with this kind of healing hands energy here. And then if you look at this picture as well, he's kind of got a bird there. To me, it's like he's rescued a bird, right? He's found a bird on the street, he's picked it up, he's nursed it back to health, and he's about to release it. So there is something that's being released. It looks a bit like a dove. You've got a white swan here and a white bird here. So watch out for white birds. That could be significant for you. There's also a white seagull here. So definitely white birds could 100% be something that's trying to communicate with you at the moment. You've also got 2 cats and you've got 2 deer. So those animals, white birds, deer and cats, could be spirit messengers for you as well. So if you dream about any of those animals, how are they acting in the dream? You know, how can you interpret that and put it into your own life? So yeah, there is definitely deep emotions here with the moon and the Knight of Cups coming out twice. Somebody really wants to express something. I just think there's a bit of fear around actually expressing it. It's coming from the heart though. Like the Knight of Cups is a loving energy, and you've got this gorgeous King of Fire energy here as well. So again, somebody could be coming towards you to tell you something. You could be expressing something to somebody else, but it's from the heart. I mean, there's a heart on this cat's chest as well. There's a lot of love and passion here. It's not a bad thing, you know, it's just a truth that needs to be expressed. Magic Stream is your advice. So let's grab the book and give that a read. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is a danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all parts of a continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you are part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. So you're doing something for the greater good, I want to say. You've got some kind of idea, some kind of passion, but it's going to be beneficial to other people. It's just like that initial upset that comes with a change of direction, I want to say, because I think whatever decision you're making, it is going to have an impact on somebody else, but you're doing it from the heart. You're doing it from a good place. Again, look at another white bird. 4 white birds you've got now in this reading. So I hope that was helpful to you. Like I say, whatever you're doing, do it with love, right? You can express a painful truth in a loving way. So yeah, I hope that's helpful for you. If that wasn't your reading, that's okay. Maybe maybe just go back and pick a different pile. You know, we're all getting used to it, trusting our intuition, using our intuition more. Sometimes it can have a little hiccup. So yeah, let's yeah, go and check out what the other readings have to say, or maybe look up your different placements as well. You know, maybe your rising sign, your Mars sign, your Venus sign, your Mercury sign. So especially like Mars, if there's something that you're considering taking action on, go and check that out. Venus sign, if you're interested in a love reading, Venus is your heart, and your Mercury placement to me is like friends and communication. So those particular planets could be very, very beneficial for you to look up. I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to pause, I'm going to drink some coffee, and I'm going to be back with pile 2. See you again soon, guys. Hello, pile 2. How are you today? So if you chose pile 2 and the Amethyst, this reading is going to be for you. I've already pulled you out a couple of words, I nearly said sonnets, a couple of words to kind of give us an idea of what your song's going to be about. Your song, what is going on? Is somebody a poet or a singer? Oh, that's interesting. So you've got breast and near. So from that, I was getting something could be very close to your chest. You could be keeping something close to your chest in terms of keeping something quiet, keeping something a secret. Or there could be something that's coming from a place that's close to your chest, so like your heart space. So, you know, expressing something or wanting something, some kind of emotional thing that's coming from your chest, right? Does that make sense? And then I got sonnet. So yeah, you could be writing a sonnet, right? A very heartfelt poem, something like this. You could also have a favorite sonnet. Do you have a favorite sonnet? Does any poetry particularly speak to you? So I think my favorite sonnet is probably one of Shakespeare's, and I think I don't know if it's 57, 67, 57. And it's being your slave, what must I do but tend the hours and times of your desire? I have no precious time at all to spend, no services to do till you require. It's very saucy, but it's a little bit, it's one of those poems you can flip. You can either say it in a very honest way that's like, I really feel this way about you, or you can do it in a very sarcastic way, like, oh, I have no time to spend unless it's like thinking about you, you know? So I really like that flip that you can do with that poem. So I don't know, maybe there's a specific poem that you really like, which could be very meaningful to you at this time. Maybe you're writing a poem, I don't know. Let's find out. So pile 2, my little poet pile. What do we have for you today? Fault line, so a crack. Maybe you like, the mirror cracked from side to side. The doom is upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. The fault line. So something is cracking. The cracks are starting to show in a situation. So something's breaking open. There's a situation where it's like you're walking on thin ice, or you know, you feel this thing falling apart, and I want to say it's kind of like resistance is futile. Once the cracks appear, the dam is going to break. So again, for some of you, with that metaphor that's coming through, I feel like we're going to get a very metaphorical reading, so be strap in for that one. The dam breaking to me is somebody holding back emotions and not being able to hold them back anymore. It's like, you know, it's going to blow, right? You know that those emotions are going to come out, but how are they going to come out? You can either, like, you know, open the tap slowly, let it come through in a bit of a trickle, or you can, the dam's going to break, it's going to like flood everything, it's going to be dramatic. So the fault line card specifically says there's a situation for you that's no longer viable. There's something that doesn't work for you anymore. It's almost like seeing the cracks in the foundation of the tower. So for those of you who recognize the meaning of the tower card in the tarot, the tower happens because there's a situation that doesn't work for you any longer, and everything's falling apart because you're being broken out of that situation in order to move into something new and fresh that's going to serve you better. So the tower's very, very, very uncomfortable, right? Sometimes we can cling onto that tower because it's familiar, but at the end of the day, if that energy rolls through, it's trying to get you to move. It's kind of like lighting a fire under your ass, right? You know, if you don't jump, we're going to push you kind of energy. So I think if you're getting those warning signs that the cracks are appearing in a situation, if something feels like it's not going to be sustainable for much longer, this is kind of like your sign, your hello, wake up call to kind of get out there, get moving, get preparing. So be little red flag there, right? Notice the cracks. Don't gloss over the cracks, because the cracks are going to keep getting bigger. You either repair it properly, right, really fix those foundations, or you know, you need to get out of dodge. So don't ignore the cracks. Messenger of water. Pile number 1, the rose quartz pile, had the Knight of Cups twice, and now you've got the Knight of Cups. So again, with this water energy, it feels like there's emotions that need to be expressed, right? It's like that water's trying to push through. So, you know, if you're noticing the drips, then yeah, expect this Knight of Cups to appear in your life. You could have something to express. You could have something that you want to. I do feel like it's probably your energy. You have something bottled up. You have something that you need to get off your chest, right? Something close to your chest, near breast. It's emotional, right? It's feelings. You need to say it. You need to express it. I'm getting this energy of some of you have been sort of, I don't know, maybe you've got an aquarium, maybe you talk to your fish. It's like telling the fish a secret. It's like, oh, I really like this person, you know, something like that. Or, you know, I want to do this thing. I'm not happy here. Fish, help me. Give me a sign. But yeah, it's getting this energy of like maybe talking to your animals or something like that. Some of you, I think, have been getting intuitive messages, perhaps intuitive messages through your dreams, perhaps animals in your dreams. Again, pile 1 kind of had a touch of this, but I assume people are watching like multiple readings, so sometimes the same messages are going to come out. So yeah, like the messengers are knights and the water is emotion. So this is knights communicate, they take action, and this is a knight that operates on an emotional base. Page of Fire. The Page of Fire this week has been coming, or for the past few days, has been coming through as somebody who is inexperienced in passion, right? It could be somebody who perhaps hasn't had a lot of partners. They haven't had a lot of boyfriends, girlfriends, you know, they've not experimented very much. Perhaps they feel a little bit insecure about, you know, their you know, the sexual background. You know, it's kind of like, especially if you're a guy, I want to say, it could be some of you who are like, I met my partner when I was in high school. I married them. I've never slept with anyone else. I kind of don't know what's out there. I don't know what people are doing. You know, I don't think porn's like a great guidebook for what people are actually doing. So, you know, what's the score? I think it's been coming through this feeling of like somebody being a little bit sexually inexperienced. So it's not going to be for everybody. Or again, it's not necessarily you. It could be somebody that you're dealing with, right? But for some of you, that's definitely what I'm picking up on there. It's kind of like, especially if you're breaking out of a relationship, you know, your relationship's falling apart and you're like, oh my god, I've got to start dating again, I've got to put myself out there again. I'm scared, like what happens if I go back to somebody's house? Like, what are they going to expect from me? So there is this kind of naivety in terms of kind of sexual matters. For others of you, it's just it doesn't have to be sexual. The fire is creativity and passion. So the pages, again, are very, very young. You don't have to be young, but it's like inexperienced. So inexperienced in terms of like something creative that you're learning, something that you're very passionate about, but you don't have much experience in. So it's this figuring out energy, this kind of testing the waters energy of something that kind of lights that fire within you. It's funny that I was saying like lighting a fire under you. I don't know if some of you are Cappies. I can remember Cappies reading a lit a match. But it's like lighting a fire under you to get you moving out of a situation that doesn't serve you anymore. But there's some hesitancy because I think you feel a little bit vulnerable, a little bit inexperienced in something. Again, some of you could be like going into a new work situation and you don't have a lot of experience in that creative field. So there's different ways that this can play through. Just having a closer look at her. I'm going to bring her up close, just so you can get a look at her. I don't know, maybe she reminds you of somebody. She's got this little tiger at her feet. She's got that kind of fan there as well. I'm noticing now the colour purple of her hair and this purple seahorse that's much smaller than this bigger energy. So it's almost like, if these are two different energies, I feel like this energy is more senior in some sort of way. So again, it could be somebody who's more experienced, who's kind of whispering like advice to this younger energy. It doesn't have to be younger as well, like more inexperienced, right? It's just coming through as younger. So it's like whispering secrets, like, oh, this is what people actually do, you know, or like follow your heart, because this is like, this person's emotional. They're not fiery, they're emotional. So nurturing. So could be like a parent-child relationship for some of you, where perhaps some of you have a child who's a fire sign, and you're kind of wanting to, from the heart space, right, from near your chest, again, that nurturing energy. This could be somebody that you've literally breastfed. For some of you, it's like you want to ease them into the world of romance in a gentle way, where they're not going to kind of like get burnt by their own fire, maybe. So just feel like advising in some sort of way in terms of sexual matters. I don't know. Okay, what else do we have, please? Queen of Water, gorgeous. So look, this sweet little baby energy here with the Page of Fire. So I'm getting two messages. If this is like a child, or it's somebody who is naive in some sort of way, they're very, very protected on either side by loving energy. The Messenger of Water and the Queen of Water. This is Cups energy. Cups are emotional energy. This person's surrounded by love, right? So whatever they're moving into, they're very, very protected. They're very nurtured by people who really do have a lot of love to give. This is a very maternal energy surrounding this person. So this would be Pisces for me, and this would be Cancer. It doesn't have to be. The Page of Fire would probably be Aries energy for me. Doesn't have to be any of those. It could be your placements, it could be people that you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be, right? Everybody can be loving, everybody can be nurturing, everybody can feel and experience. So it's not exclusive to those signs. For others of you, it's like some of you are very comfortable with the cups business. Some of you are very comfortable with the realm of love and emotions, right? You know what you feel, you know what you want to express, you're comfortable with that, but you feel like inexperienced in terms of your more sexual side, your more passionate side, right? So it's like I'm very good at telling people how I feel. I could write this person a sonnet with all my feelings in, and it's going to be beautiful, and you know, they're going to fall in love with me. But then what happens when they take me back to the bedroom? What do I do? You know, it's that kind of energy. But it's almost like this person, it's almost like they're going through, right? It's like they're going through with the heart space, like it's almost like two become one. It's like the Knight of Cups and the Page of Fire combined actually create this Queen of Water energy. So it's like, it's almost like you have to have that experience. You have to drop your guard. You have to have that experience for some of you, because it's almost like it's going to make you a woman. Oh, it feels cringy. It feels like, girl, you'll be a woman soon. But I've got to give you the messages that I'm getting. It's like, this person's going to feel more womanly. It could be talking about somebody who's aging up through like the teenage years, right? Through, what's it called? What's it called? When you're a teenager, you get all the hormones, right? And it's like, you know, if you're a girl, like your periods start and things like that. I don't know why I'm whispering it, but again, that's like this. I've got my period, you know, like two friends. I've got my period. It's like, it's okay. I've got a pad in my bag. Come to the bathroom. I'll give you a pad. It's kind of got, it has got that kind of friendly kind of, I know what to do energy to it. But like whatever it is, it's almost like becoming a woman. is how I'm reading it. I don't know. I've got to tell you what I'm getting. But the Queen of Cups is gorgeous. Queen of Cups is, they've got so much love to give, and they're comfortable expressing it and telling people how they feel. So I do feel like there's a bit of a rite of passage here in between. It's like somebody who's growing up, right? Growing into themselves. You know, they've already got that Cups business down. But this is like taking on a new aspect, a new part of yourself that's that's adding some passion. It's almost like, you know, when like tweens go through that pop star phase where it's like, oh, I really love that person, I really love Justin Bieber, but then they get a bit older, they get to like 19, and they get a little bit more experienced and they kind of grow into themselves a little bit, right? They go through school or college, and you know, have a lot of experiences that kind of make them a little bit more self-assured. And it's not necessarily talking about sex either. It can be talking about figuring out who you are as a person. You know, what do I want from life? What does speak to me? What am I passionate about? And then there's this maturing energy that comes with that, right? Moving from that kind of like very innocent, like, oh, I want to go on a date with that person. I want to go on a Ferris wheel with that person and eat cotton candy. It's like, it turns into kind of like, no, I want a committed relationship. I want somebody who gives, you know, and I want to, you know, have all those things that, you know, a woman needs perhaps. Oh, look, another child. Page of Earth. I've been so protective over this little guy recently. Somebody could definitely have Pisces in the chart. Again, with this, it could be talking about your children. Page of Fire and Page of Earth, perhaps a fire sign and an earth sign. It could be you've got a girl and a boy. It could be, I don't know, it could be even two adults who, you know, as well developed as they are, you know, as confident as they are, as experienced as they are, perhaps there's a part of themselves that's never got the opportunity to develop, you know, into that king and queen energy. So it could be somebody who's, you know, maybe this person has worked very, very hard, you know, but they have never, you know, experimented in that kind of way. You know, they don't know what makes them passionate. And here you could have somebody who's, you know, brilliantly creative, you know, but they've never kind of figured out how to kind of balance the books and the finances and kind of be a responsible adult, because Earth is like Pentacles energy. So I'm inclined to say that this is you. If you were anyone in this reading, it'd be this person here. Typically, I'd say typically Virgo energy, but it doesn't have to be. It actually gives me Pisces energy, this card, for some reason, even though it's Earth. But it's like, I've been talking about this little guy as being on the verge of manhood, right? Still in those kind of formative years, like the tween years, right? Where he's not kind of aware yet of that kind of peer pressure energy. So he's still quite free. He's still quite happy to put on some fairy wings and run through the forest pretending to be the elf king, right? He's not embarrassed by that yet. He's like, and then maybe next year he's going to go to high school, and then, you know, he's going to get a bit more like conformist. You know, he's going to kind of like put that kind of imagination aside for a while, because it's not seen as being like manly and like cool, you know. So these two to me are talking about like that, the childhood phase that that's very sweet and very innocent, and on the verge of moving into a maturing energy in some sort of way. I don't know what that is for you exactly, but that's what's coming through. But again, maybe you are the mother with this energy here. Maybe you're, or maybe if you identify as masculine, you may be very nurturing and very loving, which of course, like earth signs, you are. So it's like you are supporting these younger energies as they develop, as they figure out who they are, as they figure out how to take responsibility for themselves, as they figure out how to, you know, tie their own shoelaces or make their own lunch or do their own laundry, whatever it is, right? Father of Pentacles. So the Page of Earth is one day going to be the Father of Pentacles. You know, the Earth and Pentacles, it's the same thing. It's just named differently in these two decks. So, you know, he's imagining what it's going to be like when he's the leader, and then here he is showing up in the future as a leader. So you want to have good role models. You want to have people that are going to show the ropes to these people, right? It could be like it could be something at work, right? Apprentices or something like that. But the Father of Pentacles is able to guide the Page of Pentacles, and you know, show him the ropes, teach him things. You know, how to hunt, how to forage, how to build a campfire. Doesn't necessarily have to be those things. It's just metaphors again, right? this could be another person. I mean, this, if this is you, this is Taurus energy. It doesn't have to be Taurus, but this is earth sign energy, especially if you identify as a earth sign father. This would be you. So like figuring out, you know, surrounding your children with love, and, you know, wanting to nurture them, wanting to support them, but not wanting to overparent them in a way where they're not going to, you know, they're not going to have that space to experiment, or they're not going to have that room to make a few mistakes so that they can figure out how to, you know, pick themselves back up. Because you don't want to constantly, especially at this age where, you know, they're going into the teenage years, you don't want to constantly run over every time they fall over. You don't want to constantly intervene every time your children have an argument, because they're not going to learn how to resolve arguments themselves if you're constantly the peacemaker. So let them argue for a minute. If it starts to get out of hand, you can go and, you know, go and calm down the situation. But, you know, they have to experience things that are uncomfortable in order to develop the skill set to self-soothe, or, you know, resolve that situation themselves. So give them a little bit of space, give them a little bit of room. But absolutely, like, this is almost looking to me like a safety net around them, right? It's like providing the pillows around them in case they fall. You're there for them if they fall. But you have to sometimes let them fall. Stingray. So the stingray talks to me about, it's almost coming through today as that kind of like safety net. It's almost like the silent support underneath. So all the chakras are lit up on this stingray. So they're in alignment. They're somebody who's high vibrational. I've got a sting in the tail, but I'm not reading it that way today. It's coming through is because they fly under the radar, right? So it's almost like shadowing. I know that something commonly that a lot of parents do here is when their children get old enough to kind of walk themselves to school, what the parents tend to do is stay, you know, maybe about 20 meters back, and kind of, you know, so that they can see the children, they can see, are they crossing the road safely? Are they, you know, are they safe on the way, without actually being like right there holding the hand? So it's this kind of like, if you work in schools, it's called scaffolding, where you provide the children with as much support as they require, but you can pull that support back, you know, to see how they get on. So it's like allowing them a little bit of space, you know, not necessarily jumping in straight away to kind of give them the answers, but letting them figure it out for themselves for a bit. And instead of kind of jumping in and saying, this is how you do it, you say, is there any tools around that could help you solve that problem? Is there, have you tried doing it a slightly different way? You know, so you're pointing things out to them without actually explaining exactly how it's done. So supporting, scaffolding, rather than, you know, doing it for them. Because if you do it for them all the time, they're not going to learn. Earthworm. So the way I'm seeing this is, normally the earthworm, to me, they kind of keep the head down. They kind of, again, like flying under the radar. There's something here where I feel like it is connected to this King of Pentacles energy. You see all this like rainbow inside, right? It's like kept inside. So perhaps it's something about the healing energy, the healing potential, because again, Cups energy can be very emotionally healing. But there's something kept inside. It's something hidden, right? Because the stingray goes underneath, the earthworm goes underneath. So I don't know what's coming through with that quite yet, but it's almost like I'm seeing like the earthworm is what's breaking the ground, right? The earthworm is coming up, coming out. Perhaps somebody is coming out. Perhaps somebody's coming out as transgender. When it's somebody's children, you know. And there's a lot of anxiety around how are the other children going to react. Fox. There's some kind of sneaky behaviour. But the fox is very wise. I'm getting Aquarius through as well for some of you. The fox is very cunning, right? Very sly. They do things in the shadow. So there's something happening kind of in the background. There's something happening behind the scenes or behind closed doors where it's almost like it's coming through as like supervision, but also something that's kind of breaking out. What else? We've got a lot of cards, by the way. Octopus. Capricorn energy for me. I guess this would be Scorpio if I was going to say anything with Scorpio. Of course, Earth Wind could be any Earth sign. Octopus. So this is somebody who has a lot to do. They've got a lot of things to do. They could be quite stressed. There's a lot going on mentally. It's kind of like having a lot of arms, right? Juggling, multitasking, kind of getting a little bit tied up in your own path, like tripping over your own feet kind of energy. It always talks to me about eating on the go as well. You know, like, oh, I'm working, but I'm eating with my other hand. So there's somebody who's very, very busy. I'm connecting it with this Father of Pentacles energy just because this, like, the head's lit up. So just with the rainbow colours, it's almost like somebody has some sort of idea or some sort of plan. Like somebody's getting like downloads, especially if it's someone who has done a lot of work on the chakras and they're really opening up to kind of the communication from above. It's like information coming in, information downloads, a kind of secret plan. They seem quite busy. They seem to be like doing a lot of things. Spirit has your back. You're okay. I think that these people as well, they're okay. Spirit has your back. Libran energy with the eagle. It's like you're okay. Like try to, if you're feeling quite stressed, try to release some of those worries to the universe. You know, perhaps you're very busy and you're kind of worried about your children. It's like Spirit has your back. You know, you're supported with what you're doing. Know your worth. The skunk spirit tells me somebody may have some kind of insecurity, right? You know, skunks are traditionally smelly. So it's like, you know, a concern about something about them, maybe something physical about themselves, seeing themselves as a bit of a skunk. But it's like, I want to say you've maybe focusing on the negative parts. Like we all have smelly days, right? I've just got over a sickness, but my breath stinks. Luckily you can't smell that right now, but we all have days where we're a bit smelly, or you know, like a bit scruffy, or you know, it's normal. Everybody has those days. And like if you don't have those days, you're trying too hard. So it's like, it's okay. Focus on your good bits, right? Focus on the best bits of yourself. If you're feeling a bit insecure, open to infinite possibility. So yeah, Spirit has your back, and there's a lot of possibility here. Like I say, these two energies are very, very young, right? There's a lot of potential. They're just about to go into the experimental phase, right? They're just about to start, because this is, the pages are the planners, and then the knights are kind of the doers. So there's this kind of planning stage, and there's a lot of potential with the planning. Be at home. So it's enjoy being at home. So I feel like life is going to pick up, because as I say, these are going to move into the night stage. So that's a much more action-based stage. So while you're at home, enjoy that kind of planning stage. And I feel like with the earthworm energy there, that is almost like the planning, right? Head down, being at home, planning. The Sun card, the most positive card in the deck. As well, notice these kind of yellow flowers talking to me about loyalty, clarity, sun, happiness, freedom, expansion, confidence, intuitive knowing. Yeah, somebody's definitely getting like psychic downloads or something with the High Priestess card. Like somebody's definitely connected to like spiritual blueprinting kind of thing. It's like stuff coming to you in dreams, or just feeling very creative at this time, not really knowing where all that information is coming through. So it could be like somebody's getting a lot of downloads and they're trying to put all these things into place, but you know, it's like almost coming through too fast. But I want to say the High Priestess with the Sun, somebody's getting a lot of clarity through intuitive messages. There's a disinterest in something. There's this energy of it's kind of like Goldilocks energy. You've tasted all the different porridges, but none of the porridges have been right, so why would you keep eating porridge? And I want to say in this case, with this fourth cup being a kind of skeleton hand, I almost say that you're right. I think you're right to kind of not take what's on offer at this time, because normally the fourth cup is a kind of a cup from the universe, right? Something being given to you, a cup of love from the universe, and it's in, like, you know, spiritually guided. But if you're being spiritually guided to turn away, I think trust that at the moment, because you're showing as having a lot of clarity through your intuitive messages. So use your own instincts. If your instincts are saying don't get involved with that situation at the moment, then I think that's right for you. You know, you will know instinctively when to get involved with relationships or other people, I want to say. So I feel like you are almost going through a solitude phase with wombat spirit and the earthworm. It's almost like if you're intuitively guided to pull your energy back at this time, you know, to heal or to take some time to yourself. Maybe you are going through a very busy period of your life where you're doing a lot of planning. I want to say, you know, if you're instinctively feeling like you want to go inwards, trust that at this time. You'll know when to come out into the, because you're in the planning phase, right? You're not in the experimentation phase yet. The Lovers card, yeah. So some of you, there is a loving relationship here. There is a sexual relationship on offer. Again, there could be something where somebody's not feeling very confident. But I mean, the Sun card right here shows me incredible confidence. I just think you need to trust your instincts. You'll know when it's the right time, right? You'll know when it's right for you. High honor. So it could be a question about getting involved with somebody, but wanting to do it the right way, right? Perhaps not wanting to sneak around, or perhaps not wanting to do something that's dishonorable. So you have a high sense of honor and you want to do things the right way. So if you're opting out, I want to say it's because something doesn't feel right for you, and you have to trust that, right? Don't let people talk you into anything. Yeah, there is some confusion here. So you're not sure. You're not sure. You're quite puzzled. There's a lot going on mentally here. But I think Spirit is guiding you through this confusion. Spirit is guiding you through this phase. So if you need to go inwards and do whatever it is, whether it's meditation, whatever connects you to source, whatever connects you to that inner clarity, I think it's right for you to do that at this time. But again, your instincts are on point here, so trust the niggle. The Sun card again, yeah. There's a lot going on mentally for you, and it's very, very powerful. This is a different Sun card. It's got a different meaning. It's kind of like an energy boost. So some of you are probably quite analytical, getting kind of quite a lot of Virgo energy, where you need a little bit of time and space to think things through. You like to thoroughly look at everything from a lot of different angles and come up with a solid plan. You don't really like to take action, you know, off the cuff. You're more of a planner, I want to say. So if you need a bit more time to figure something out, to come up with a plan, to work out how to do something in an honourable way, then that's right for you, and that's what you should do. All right, your advice? Into the Unknown. I didn't get you a song. That's interesting. Let's get you an advice song. Into the Unknown. Yeah, it's scary, isn't it, when you're going into the unknown? All right, so let's get you a song on camera. A song, please, for this reading. Summertime Sadness by Lana Del Rey. Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime Sadness. I just wanted you to know that, baby, you're the best. I've got my red dress on tonight, dancing in the dark, in the pale moonlight. Done my hair up real big, beauty queen style. High heels off, I'm feeling alive. Oh my God, I feel it in the air, telephone wires sizzling like a snare. Honey, I'm on fire, I feel it everywhere. Nothing scares me anymore. Kiss me hard before you go. I just wanted you to know that, baby, you're the best. So yeah, later's better than never. Later's better than never. So I feel like it's almost like something, I don't know whether this is your energy to somebody who's like this or your energy to someone else, but it's like perhaps there's a relationship here where people are getting together, but there is some hesitancy, right? It's uncharted waters into the unknown. So there's some fear, there's some fear, like feelings of, am I ready for this? I feel inadequate with those pages. But there's somebody here who wants to do something in an honourable way. And yeah, it feels, there's a lot of love here. Yeah, okay, so, let's read it. It's getting dark. The bloody sunset happens way too early for when I'm doing tarot card readings. Trust and all will be revealed. So you are being asked to trust at this time. Life is an adventure, and often new opportunities will arise that you won't know how to deal with. This is one of those times. You're required to trust that this new phase will reveal wonders and miracles as you step into unknown territory. Imagine that you are not only a pathfinder, but a path maker. A path maker. Interesting with that maze card. Whatever your inquiry, trust that you'll be safe. Stay aware as you discover new and marvelous territories and valuable treasures. All right, a little kind of anecdote for you. When I was choosing my nail varnish, I was tempted to use what I call my Beskar armour. It's kind of like a grey metallic nail varnish. And it's the one I use when I feel this energy of kind of like being a bit defensive, having to have your armour on, having to keep your defences up. But I resisted it. I felt this need to kind of resist being defensive and put on this kind of like very baby pink, almost transparent nail varnish to be soft, to be more in this kind of like loving energy. So it's almost saying to me, for your reading, you're going to go into something where you're going to be asked to stay open and to stay almost like be vulnerable, right? Be brave when the kind of fear or the feelings of inadequacy come up for you, because that's just the phase that you've got to get through, and you're moving from messenger to Queen of Cups. So I want to say that when you push through any feelings of inadequacy, it's going to actually, because you're pushing through from the heart, right? You've got breast near, right? When you do something that's emotionally right for you, when you trust your intuition, when you let your feelings guide you, allow them to move you through any kind of like fears or inadequacy. You don't need that armor, I want to say. But again, go at your own pace, right? Because this is it feels very unsure. It feels very vulnerable. But it's almost like embrace that vulnerability. Okay, lean into it. Spirit has got your back. You are being guided, and you've got the Sun card twice in this reading. So wherever you're going, I want to say that it's really good. You just want to do it the honorable way, right? You want to do things the right way, and that's a good thing, and that works for you. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Do go and check out the other readings if you feel like you want more, or this reading wasn't quite right for you, or you've just got another question. And check out the description box down below. There'll be more songs for you down there as well, with like guidance and things like that. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye. Hello to those of you who chose pile 3. I'm going to try and speed up a little bit because the sun's going down so early and it's getting dark. So let's see, those of you who chose Citrine, let's see what you get. I haven't even pulled you any words yet. Disorganized. My son came in to give me a hug. He's back from school. He came in to give me a hug between readings. So delirious. I can relate. That's what my little Pisces baby's hugs do to me. They make me delirious because I love him so much. Command. Okay, are you dealing with somebody who's a leader but they're going a little bit bonkers perhaps? Are you not quite trusting the orders that you're being given, perhaps at work or something? It's like, is this person in the right mind? Autumn. Anything else please for pile 3? Faithful. That's nice. All right, so delirious, command, autumn, faithful. I mean, we're moving out of autumn now, so maybe something happened in autumn or something will happen next autumn for you. What do we have please for pile 3? The offering. Somebody's offering something. Normally the offering card is offering yourself in service, so offering yourself up to somebody else, like use me. No, it's like, or offering yourself in service to higher powers. It's like, I want to do good in the world. I want to do something that's selfless. I want to offer a part of myself. So somebody could be offering something to you as well. Could be something going on with work. The Three of Earth normally is like people working together in some sort of way, a collaboration. It doesn't have to be work, it can be family, right? Friends working together to create something, to make something happen. So you're offering yourself to a team in some sort of way, offering up your services. There is a bit of a crossroads or a conflict here. So there could be something at work where there's some kind of like cross swords, like conflicting opinions, conflicting energies. There's kind of a choice to be made. It is like crossroads energy. Use your intuition to get you through this phase. Yeah, it could be some kind of mental conflict about two different choices, two different people with opposing ideas. Daughter of Cups. So there could be a Pisces chat. It's funny, I was just getting my Pisces hugs in there. Could be somebody has a Pisces child, a Pisces daughter. Not necessarily, you don't have to. The Daughter of Cups, this is somebody figuring out how they feel about something. Daughter's pages are about planning, you know, not having all the answers yet. Cups are about emotion. So it is somebody who's kind of I'm hearing figuring out where they fit in. I'm getting this ugly duckling energy a lot coming through. So this little white fluffy duckling is kind of looking at his shadow and seeing this rainbow. So it's somebody figuring out how they feel about people, how they feel about themselves, how they feel about their own identity. Yeah, this emotional figuring out energy. Yeah, identity, Aquarius energy coming through there. Yeah, the zebra does talk to me about being authentic, being true to yourself, figuring out who you are, and then like, you know, showing it to the world. So the zebra is they have a very unique stripe pattern. Yeah, being very individual, like almost like embracing your quirkiness, like understanding that you're different to everybody else and kind of leaning into that and kind of not seeing yourself as different as a negative thing, but seeing your quirks, seeing your differences, seeing the things that make you unique. It's almost like a USP. It's like, this is why you should pick me, or this is what makes me special, this is what makes me me. I'm really embracing that and kind of showing it to the world. It's kind of your unique, it's something about you that nobody else has, right? There's only one of you. So use that, right? Be unique. I'm just remembering that I need to get you a song. So forgetful. So can I get a song for this reading, please? For the people who are picking Citrine. Somewhere else. I wish I was somewhere else. You're an emotional wreck. You don't know who you are. Oh my god, it's like, I don't know if you're saying this to someone else, or this is like the energy coming through to you. Like this is spirit saying to you, you're an emotional wreck. You don't know who you are. You never say what you mean, and you keep your mouth shut. And your nights stay still, and then you come and call on me. You say, I just can't help myself. I really wish we could be somewhere else than here. And I met a girl, she asked me my name, I told her what it was, she looked at me, I tried to explain exactly what I'd lost, but now I just can't help myself. I really wish I could be somewhere else from here, anywhere else, and I won't forget it. And when I saw you there, it was the first time, and you just walked on by. I was catching the sparks that flew from your heels, trying to catch your eye, but that was somewhere else. So you're an emotional wreck, you don't know who you are, someone's figuring out their identity, you know, maybe who they're attracted to. An emotional wreck as well. The Daughter of Cups, they're learning about emotions, right? So the Queen and King of Cups, they can really handle their emotions. They've got a really good grasp of what they feel and what they're going to do with that. The Daughter and the Knight of Cups are much more emotionally turbulent, especially the Daughter, because it's a naive, it's a young energy. So somebody, it could be you, it could be somebody around you, doesn't have a very good grasp of their emotions. They are a little bit, life is an emotional roller coaster for this person. It's like, I've got all these feelings and I don't know what to do with them. So there is something where, yeah, somebody does feel a bit emotionally they don't have the skills to deal with all the emotions that they're feeling. So this person could need a helping hand. They could need a bit of a mentor. They could need somebody to look up to, especially somebody to look up to who, you know, perhaps knows who they are and they handle themselves very well. Possibly somebody who's very wise. The owl is particularly wise. It could be Scorpio, it could be Libra. It kind of gives me High Priestess energy, or Athena energy, very knowledgeable, kind of Queen of Swords. So there is somebody who has a lot of wisdom. Again, they could be offering up some advice, offering up some wisdom to this person, working together with them to help them with this crossroads. Very intuitive. Oh, hello, Tiger. So again, with the stripes, right, tigers have quite a unique individual stripe pattern. So, excuse me, again, the tiger knows who the tiger is. The tiger knows what the tiger wants. The tiger's kind of like king of swords energy, not swords, king of wands energy to me. So kind of Leo energy, doesn't have to be. Again, it could be a Scorpio. The owl and the tiger together, they were giving me that kind of like very sexy, almost like commanding Scorpio energy. Very intense. There's a very intense focus here with these two creatures. Kind of a lot of sexual tension there. But yeah, the tiger knows what it wants, and you know, the tiger's going to go and get what it wants. You know, so it could be that there's three people who are offering to help this person who's quite naive or quite emotionally unstable. You know, these people could be like mentors in some sort of way, offering advice. But perhaps there's a question of, I don't know which advice to take. You know, which one of these is right for me? I want to say maybe none of them, because this person, you know, they're a completely different animal to all these. So what works for other people may not necessarily work for you or for this person. But there are lessons to be learned from these energies. The lesson from the tiger is like, be sure about what you want and go and get it, right? Be bold, be confident, be assertive. The lesson from the owl is kind of watch and wait. Keep, you know, it's quite secretive. You can see the owl's mouth is very small, but they have big eyes. So it's kind of like watch, take things in, gain information, gain knowledge, but keep things within. You don't have to share everything. And also intuitive. With this being cups energy and this almost being like high priestess energy, it's like use that emotional intuition, right? What are your emotions telling you? Trust those emotions, look deeper, figure that out, you know, unravel that. The zebra is teaching you figure out who you are and embrace your weirdness, embrace your uniqueness. There's only one of you, and that's a good thing. You know, you don't have to be like everybody else. The otter, a lot of characters coming through here. The otter is looking for love to me. The otter is an energy of somebody who, they're looking for a partner, they're looking for a soulmate, they're looking for, you know, somebody who's going to like play on their team. It's like, who's going to buddy up with me? So it could be that there's somebody here who is teaming up with people in some sort of way. I just dropped all the cards. It's like they have to choose. It's almost like, you know, when you are doing sports at school and you're the team captain, they're really showing me baseball for somebody, or like cricket or rounders, something like that, where it's like I'm the team captain, who's going to be on my team? And it's like, well, you know, maybe there's a bit of competitiveness, there's a difference of opinion, or it's like, how are we going to do this? What play are we going to do? And, you know, people have different advice, but you've got to pick one of these. You've got to pick one of the one of these suggestions. So which one are you gonna pick? You know, all these people are offering to be on the otter's team, but the otter can perhaps only choose one person, and everyone has different things to offer. Yeah, there, look, there's an offer being made. So I don't know who's making the offer, but the Ace of Pentacles is some sort of offer. It can be a gift. It can be somebody giving somebody some money. It can be an investment being made. It can be a job offer. It can be an engagement ring. It's something tangible and material, right? And it's being offered. So I feel like the otter is doing the offering, just because the otter's kind of looking in this direction, and he's kind of almost holding this pentacle. So it's like, who are you going to choose? What are you going to invest in here? Who do you trust? there is action, there's a lot of communication. This could be very fast communication. It's like ping, 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 right? It's it can be like a lot of different people messaging you. Oh, invest in me, give me the money, pick me. It feels like it's coming at you. You can see with the image, it's like this, all this information is coming to you. This action is being taken towards you. So you kind of feel a little bit overwhelmed, possibly. Somebody has definitely suffered an emotional disappointment from the past. Things didn't work out in the past. Somebody was left feeling disappointed. Somebody was left feeling left out of a situation. I want to say that whatever you're moving towards, whatever partnership, interestingly enough, you've got 3 cups here. Now, the 3 cups that are behind us symbolize the relationships that didn't work out. It could be these are 3 people from your past who hurt you in some way or disappointed you, but you learned a lesson from each of them, right? You learned to keep your mouth shut with that person. You learned to stand up for yourself with this person. You learned to be unique with this person. So it's like, well, I've got a cup here. I've got a cup to give to someone. I want to love somebody. I want to have a friend. I want to have some kind of partnership here. Again, it could be work. Because she's turning to this 2 of Cups. Now, the 2 of Cups in the tarot is like somebody who's right for you. They're emotionally on your same wavelength. So again, it could be a friend, it could be a soulmate, it could be a colleague, but this is somebody who matches you. So it's getting over the things that disappointed you about people in the past and understanding that you learnt lessons, right? All those people were there for a reason. You've took lessons from them. So there's somebody else coming into your life now, and they may be for a short period of time, they may be forever, but either way, you've actually seen the potential now that because you've got over the emotional disappointments in the past by learning the lessons, it's like you're ready to go into something now and learn a new lesson. So it's not even like, maybe you are looking for your forever person, but you're going into this relationship like, if I offer this person something and it doesn't last forever, that's okay. I know I'm going to gain something from this relationship. It's not going to be a waste of my time. So that's pretty good. I want to say it's pretty good. Did I drop some more cards? I feel like there's... Yeah. Wealthy man. Hello. Hello. Are you the wealthy man? Are you a Taurus or a Capricorn? Virgos have so much potential to be wealthy, but they always seem to almost resist it, right? They resist being that leader, where Taurus and Capricorn are like eyes on the prize. I don't know. Maybe this is you. Maybe it's not. It is a man, specifically in the land, not the Lana, the Kipper deck. This is a male, somebody who identifies as male, somebody who represents as he, him. So this is a wealthy man involved in this situation in some sort of way. Perhaps it's you, perhaps you do have something to offer that's money or an investment, a gift. Who are you going to give the gift to? Okay, boob warning on this card. You've got the sexy woman. So somebody's very hot, very fiery, somebody's in a very romantic sexual mood, somebody's really looking for love, passion, she's very expectant. It's very Venus energy, could be Taurus or Libra. It's the Ace of Swords though, so there is some kind of truth, there is some kind of clarity here, but she's looking out of the window expectantly. I don't know who that is for you. So 2 people. I mean, it could be the same person. This is specifically a man. This doesn't... Yeah, it is. It is a woman in this deck. So a very sexy woman with expectations and a man with some wealth or something to give. And I just dropped the card. Sometimes life stings. I think that's the recognition there. I think somebody's recognizing sometimes life does sting, right? But I'm seeing this getting over it energy, this kind of like taking the lessons, like taking the stings as lessons, right? The emotional stings are just making you stronger. They're making you smarter. Yeah, transformative energy. Transformation is beautiful. You're transforming the way that you look at things. Past situations that didn't work out. You're seeing them for through a very different lens now. I think you went through a phase where perhaps you had a bit of a victim mentality of, why me? Why didn't that work out? I'm so disappointed. I'm grieving. I'm, you know, really sitting in that loss, really seeing yourself as almost a victim. For some of you, not all of you, where enough time perhaps has passed now where, or you've matured enough to be able to look back and see them as lessons and see it as, do you know what, I'm a better person now. I'm the awesome person that I am today because I got those stings in the past, right? It's taught me to be smarter, faster, stronger, braver. It's taught me to stand up for myself. It's taught me to put myself first. It's taught me to be authentic. You know, and so there's a switch around from the glass half empty to the glass half full, and seeing future relationships as potential, which is really, really good and really healthy, and it's putting you in a much stronger position to not see yourself as a victim and to go into new relationships or new work situations or whatever it is in a place where you're not going into it with this like victim martyr mentality. You're going into it with a almost like a warrior energy of, I'm ready for whatever life throws at me. You're going into it more confidently. You're going into it with more authority and assuredness, right? Because it's like you're braver, and that shows to other people. Other people are going to treat you differently. If you go in like, oh, woe is me, people are going to stomp all over you because they, you know, you're presenting as a victim. And this isn't victim blaming. I'm so sorry. I don't want to sound like I'm victim blaming. It's a life lesson, right? If you go into something acting confident, even if you're not confident, other people tend to respect you more. And this is something like, you know, if you want to look at traditionally, men tend to earn more money for the same work because men tend to stride in like with all this false confidence, demanding a pay rise, where women are like, oh, I'm just happy to be here, you know? So it's almost like, have more worth for yourself, you know, have more respect for yourself, and other people will respect you more because you're almost making them. So there is a lesson there with that. And I don't want to victim blame. I'm not doing that. Spirit has a plan. So whatever's coming towards you, whatever you're offering, whatever is being offered to you, it's part of the divine plan. And the divine plan is basically to make us be the best versions of ourselves and get us to learn those lessons. So it's almost like whatever life is going to throw at you, it's going to be right for you and you're ready for it. And your card is Solitude. 13. You've got 13 twice there, right? Yeah. Wealthy man and solitude. Maybe some of you are going independent in some sort of way. I don't know. I am comfortable in my own skin as I detach to replenish my soul. Maybe there's a connection as well with the Amethyst reading. Meditation is required when you receive the Solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of superfluous, I can't say that, superfluous thoughts. Superfluous. Empty your mind of unnecessary thoughts and allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period for conscious retreat. What's called for now is to step back and take your focus off your life and your troubles. You will be surprised with how things sort themselves out once you've replenished your energy by means of a much needed rest and a time out. So I want to say kind of like, don't worry about the expectations of others as well. You know, you have your own expectations, and you know, if you need a time out, if you need to be alone for a while, if you need to go away, replenish and figure things out, then do you know what? If these people are right for you, they're going to respect that. So just go and do what you need to do. Maybe explain it to them, right? Don't just walk off and everybody's like, where did they go? But yeah, you know, you do have to kind of sometimes say, this is what I need and this is what I'm going to do. And that's a lesson that the tiger's giving you, right? So look after yourselves, take care, enjoy your peace and quiet, right? Enjoy your time alone. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. If this reading wasn't right for you, do go and check out one of the others. Go and look at your different placements. Perhaps go and check out the air sign reading or the water sign reading, whatever. And yeah, hopefully there'll be something in there that's helpful to you. And as always, trust your own intuition and inner voice to guide you above everything else. Okay, guys, take care. Bye-bye.